Hello YouTube, my name is Nero. Today we have some more Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Apparently today is Video Games Day, so I thought I would take a stroll down memory lane and pop in Modern Warfare 2 into my Xbox 360. It's also apparently the National Day of Encouragement, so I encourage all of you guys, one, you guys are awesome, there's your encouragement, but two, I also encourage you guys to revisit some of your favorite older games today, because they're not going to be around forever, right? Contrary to popular belief, if you want to enjoy an older game, you might as well enjoy it now, because the more it gets older, the harder it's going to be to enjoy. So for example, here in Modern Warfare 2, the game is pretty much a shell of its former self. I'm sure there's a lot of fans that follow my YouTube channel here that started playing after Modern Warfare 2 came out, and they hear all these people talking about how great Modern Warfare 2 was back in the day, and if they actually decide to buy it, it's relatively cheap now. If you buy it and you go back and play it, you're probably not seeing the same thing that we're seeing. You're like, what is wrong with this game? Everybody is noob tubing, there is nobody playing the objective, everybody is just camping, trying to get these big kill streaks, the lag is terrible, and that's because the game really is a shell of its former self. The player base has dropped down drastically, and the people that do still play today don't exactly play, let's say, correctly, right? They're really just memeing on you, they're running around with grenade launchers, they're really just screwing about, which is kind of what people do on the older Call of Duty games. I did go back today, though, and I've got to say, I had a lot of fun playing the game itself. Despite all of its flaws, Modern Warfare 2 is a fun game, and why was it so great? We're going to be discussing that here in this video. And let's start things off here with the fact that this was actually the second modern game. Call of Duty 4 was met with universal praise by taking this series away from World War II. Believe it or not, fans were tired of World War II back in the day, and Infinity Ward gave them something fresh, something interesting. And Modern Warfare 2 built upon the Call of Duty 4 formula by adding in tons of modern weapons and modern gadgets, and most importantly, big, powerful kill streaks. Some people may say that Modern Warfare 2 is too focused on kill streaks, and while I can kind of agree, especially nowadays, like, people don't play the objective whatsoever when they go back to play this game. When they go back, they want to run around on some of their favorite maps, they want to play with some of their favorite guns, and most importantly, they want to call in the tactical nuke, they want to get the chopper gunner, they want to get the AC-130, but the kill streaks in this game really revolutionized the entire Call of Duty franchise. Call of Duty is where it is today, partly due to the fact that Modern Warfare 2 took that chance and changed up the kill streak formula by adding in things like the Predator missile, the Harrier strike, the Pavelo, the emergency airdrop, the chopper gunner, the AC-130, the tactical nuke. They forever changed the Call of Duty franchise to be more focused around kill streaks, and honestly, I think that's one of the reasons why Call of Duty is as popular as it is. When you play other shooter games, you can go on streaks, and maybe you earn some rewards for that, but they're never as cool as the kill streaks that you earn in the Call of Duty franchise. Modern Warfare 2 was also very popular because of the damage profile that the weapons had. Modern Warfare 2 took this idea that nothing could be overpowered if everything was overpowered, right? You melt in this game very quickly by pretty much every gun. Now, of course, some weapons are harder to use, like the F-2000 or the Mini Uzi, but by and large, the guns in this game are all very powerful, and as a result, everybody has their favorite. Modern Warfare 2 was also the game that really made the COD community what it is today. Now, of course, the COD community is much bigger nowadays than it was back in Modern Warfare 2, but back then, it was an actual community. Pretty much everybody knew everybody, dual comms were all the rage, everybody was talking to everybody and working together, and it was really an interesting time in the Call of Duty franchise if you were into the entire YouTube space. You watched as this entire community grew up. YouTube partnerships started to become a thing, and channels like Machinima Respawn were community hubs where everybody would come together to watch the latest and greatest videos from some of the most influential and popular Call of Duty players. Unfortunately, a lot of those guys from back in the day either don't do YouTube anymore or they don't do Call of Duty anymore. There's only a handful of people left from back in the day, and it's cool to go back now and then and watch videos from the Modern Warfare 2 days and kind of just see the Call of Duty community in some of its earliest, its most infantile state, pretty much, right? It's so cool to go back and see where the community's roots were, and that was definitely in Modern Warfare 2. Of course, there were people that were making videos back in COD 4 and COD 3 and COD 2, but it was really Modern Warfare 2 that really helped the Call of Duty community become what it is today. This game also has pro perks. Now, I could make an entire video talking about pro perks, but they were extra challenges that weren't incredibly difficult that would give you something to work for and something to strive towards every time you signed in. They implemented game-winning kill cams, which served as a launch pad for the trickshot community and made game modes like Search and Destroy even more interesting. Overall, Modern Warfare 2 did a lot of very cool and interesting things that made people people absolutely fall in love with it. Of course, there were a lot of issues, right? We're looking at the game through nostalgia glasses right now, but Modern Warfare 2 had tons and tons of issues that I'm sure I've brought up many times here on the channel. One Man Army Danger Close is still plaguing the game to this day. I died to hundreds of grenade launchers just today alone, and if I continue playing, it's going to continue to happen. It's just the very nature of the game itself. Of course, Modern Warfare 2 was also very buggy during its life cycle, right? Infinity Ward had that giant fallout with Activision, and as a result, they weren't updating their game. Care package glitches would plague the game for months on end. There would be javelin glitches where people would run around and basically be human nukes and blow up everybody around them. There were tons of problems, guys. I mean, let's talk about the infinite domination games on Rust. Let's talk about the fact that there were so many modded XP lobbies and aimbot lobbies, and boosting. My goodness, boosting was an issue. They implemented the tactical insurgent, which I still think to this day is one of the most awesome and powerful pieces of equipment, but it was abused by people who were boosting to, again, full circle, try to get those big kill streaks that they couldn't earn otherwise. It was a game that had a lot of issues, don't get me wrong, but everybody was able to look past those issues because the core game itself was a lot of fun. That's why you hear so many people talking about the fact that they want Modern Warfare 2 to be remastered. If they do decide to remaster it, it would be fantastic if they were just to remove some of the things that really plagued the game during its life cycle and even to this day and make it a better game. I've always held the opinion that Modern Warfare 2 is a game that is one patch away from being near perfection in the eyes of the Call of Duty community, but for some reason, Infinity Ward doesn't care. They will not go back and fix it. They just don't care about the game whatsoever. In fact, to this day, the message of the day in Modern Warfare 2 is to check out news for Modern Warfare 3, which how old is Modern Warfare 3 at this point, right? Infinity Ward has not touched this game in years, and that's a big shame if you ask me, because I really do enjoy my time on this game, and I think off and on between now and when Call of Duty World War II comes out, I'm going to come back and play this game. It's that time of year, right, where the newest Call of Duty games kind of get a little bit boring and you start going back to some of the older ones. Modern Warfare 2 is a fun game to go back to. Again, there are going to be issues. You will be tubed, but it's a lot of fun regardless. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.